Hey, hello everyone. How are you all doing today? I guess it won't be a surprise if I tell you that I haven't done any work yesterday on this whole engine thingy. So yeah, today we will pick up where we left off on Monday, and that was we couldn't really get this message to pass down to QMK because we already figured out how to get the actual key code that is supposed to be handled. So we are able to extract that from the engine. But the problem now is that engine is parsing this at a stage where probably there isn't a good way or easy way to pass it back to QMK because I would like to have this community module for my keys that are OS aware. So for example, it will automatically switch command and console for you if you're on a Mac and this kind of stuff. So today we will take another shot at it. And I think before we jump back into this, I think I would like to try one more thing. And this will be trying to get this engine to work as a community module. Because we already figured out that basically it relies on two functions that are propelling it. So that will be process record user over here. So this part is responsible for picking up keys that were pressed. And then there is another one over here, metric scan user. And this is where the whole engine is doing its thing, if I can say it like that. So in this function, it will just loop through all the chords. It will send the ones that are, or mark them to be sent, that the ones that are supposed to be sent, clean up, do some processing, this kind of stuff. So these two functions are like the heart of the engine. So that shouldn't be an issue. I guess it won't be an issue. Looks easy on the surface as usual. But yeah, I have no idea how it's gonna turn out. So I think we can try with this one first, and then we can go back and try to do something about our community module keys, which I would really like to have working because I don't feel like writing them separately for Cordy because they do work on my other keyboards, the ones that don't use this engine. But at the same time, I think I'll be using this engine in at least one more keyboard or maybe even two. So it would be great. It would be absolutely awesome if this thing would work the way I want it to work. Well, we have plenty of time to figure it out. I guess we can make it somehow. Alright, looks like the stream is healthy. Alright, let's go. So, first thing first, I think I'm gonna spare you. I guess I would need to make over here. I guess I will make a new key map. And I will just copy this one. And then we will drop. Yeah, okay, so we need to do two things. First thing will be to add one more key map to core D, and this key map will be using the community module. And then we have to make a new community module and copy all of the stuff that is required by the engine. We have to copy it to this module. And let me think, do we need to copy all the tools? I think I will just drop everything and then we can figure out as we go what needs to stay. I think most of the stuff that comes with the engine would need to be there as well. Okay, so maybe first let's do a quick copy of the engine. I mean, let's copy this layout. I think this one is called DT from DennyTom's, so I will make maybe DT cm folder for that. So we will know that's a community module. Okay. Put it over here. Yeah, let's call it btcm. And then let's go. Sorry about that noise, that was my dinner right there. And now let's go to the community modules, and from there right, how can I call it? I think I will call it Buttery engine. Is this the correct name? Yeah, Buttery engine. I was worried that I misspelled it and it was like a but in terms like a but, not butter. Okay, Buttery engine. Let's jump over here and where's Cordy? Over here, hiding in this. Okay, so what do we need to copy? Parser keymap, that keymap JSON file. Do we need that? Probably not, because it's not, I don't think it's being used that much. Okay, so this one is for my keys. So I think I'm gonna remove that for now. For now, we're not gonna use my keys over here. I just would like to make it run as a module, and then we can try to do. I hope it's allowed to have a kind of a one module relating to another. I think there might have been something on QMK side. I would need to check. Give me a sec. This is okay, so the engine goes here. Over here. Okay, maybe makes me wonder because the keymap file, well, it doesn't have to really be called keymap, I guess. Okay, there might be some trouble with the file naming, maybe. Okay. So we're gonna have to bring some kind of a keymap file, because otherwise it won't allow us to compile. Okay, but I think we can do it this way. We can make whatever is produced by this as an include and just drop it over here. So we can have an empty keymap file, and that will only include whatever will be spit out by the parser. So over here we will change that. This won't be called schema file, we can call it Buttery engine.c, and then over here we can try to change that and see if it compiles. Okay, so since we are here, I'm gonna remove all of this stuff over here. Okay, this one, I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Hey there, Kurtz. How are you? You're like a clockwork, always on time. Okay, let's get rid of this as well. And the chaos, maybe it is chaos. Okay, over here. Okay, I think that will be it for now in terms of file operations. Over here I have my modules opened. Okay, let's close all of this stuff so I don't mess up anything. Okay, this definition file. Done making which part? I'm still working on the engine. Today I would like to try to make it a community module, and probably I will go back to this issue I was having last time. So yeah, I guess I'm stuck with my shitty C skills, at least for today. Why you bored of C and programming, or pseudo programming, if I can call it? Okay, that's good that you're not. Well, you wouldn't show up otherwise, right? So I guess it's still okay to stream shitty C. Okay, what can we do about this one? So this will be part of the module. So I think I will have to have my definition over here together with the parser and all this stuff. Okay, so on the parser, I think we have to change the name of this file. This one stays the same, somewhere over here or right there. Schemap.c. Let's call it Buttery engine.c. So that will be this. Well, not testing anything yet right now, but once I can manage to like properly configure this module, I will try to get it to work with QMK. It seemed easy when I was thinking about it, and like from what I know so far, but like the more I get into it, the less possible it starts to become. Yes, because in QMK you can have different modules, like a community module, so this way you don't have to interact with the source code directly like it used to be some time ago. This is something like a plugin, or you can call it's a plugin. So you can have a functionality that is not by default in QMK, but you can add it yourself as a plugin. Works quite okay. It's quite flexible, but I just started using it, so yeah, I'm still new. Now it's QMK. It's a keyboard engine. Well, I already explained everything, I guess. You can look up what it is, QMK, if you need like more details. But like for so far, I guess it's enough to know that it's a firmware for keyboards. You can like a custom firmware. Okay, where were we? So this is the engine. I'm gonna leave this simple definition over here. Okay, for now I don't think I'll be compiling it, so I mean parsing, so I won't need to parse. Yep, everything is coding. How is the prep going for the art that you mentioned? You have some art events coming your way? Okay, give me a second, guys. I will be right back. And I'm back. What's that? First person task today. Basically done. Oh, that's fast. Oh no, okay, I will need to... Okay, maybe... Okay, let's do it like this. I'm gonna change the name just for now. Buttery engine.c, so we can pretend that we had this done by the parser. Okay, let's copy this one over here. Of course, for now, I'm gonna leave it like that. I guess this one we can change later. Not sure how it's supposed to be done. I'm not gonna be maintainer for this probably. Anyways, that's not important thing. Okay, so that's my output. And that's my definition. Parser is here. So we just assume we have this not compiled but parsed by the engine, and the module looks like this, but we need to do some more stuff. Now let's take a look. Alright, community module. What do we have over here? So are we gonna be exposing any keys? Well, on one hand, if we think about it, then maybe yes, because these are custom keys. But that's not possible to supplement back to QMK. So I think we're just gonna leave it empty. What other things do we have to include? Okay, so the name, this is basic stuff. Okay, key codes does not apply. Features, do we need any features, extra features? I don't think so, at least not for now. Okay, anything else? Rules MK, module.c. Okay, so this one might be interesting. Do we need anything in rules? I don't think so. Let me take a look on core D if there was anything specific to this engine. No, probably not. Oh, these are all for I2C and for mouse control, so probably we can get away with it. Okay, so at least for now, we don't need to include any of these. And then by default, they say that QMK will include any file .c that has the same name as the module. So we already have that. So this way, I'm hoping my maybe not engine, but like the whole output that was parsed. So basically, it's the engine or key map that should be included with the keyboard. So this way, you don't have to drop it inside the folder where the key map is. Okay, this one will be, for example. Okay, lucky for us, we don't have any other things to include, and the engine is just one file. It's just this one C file, so we don't have to worry about anything else. Okay, we have to worry about this one. Well, I don't know about that, about the more friendly part, but definitely you've been around for quite some time already. This is 120 episode, if I got the numbering right, and you've been around for quite some time already, so yeah. I don't know if there's any kind of a leaderboard or anything like that to check, but most probably you would be on top. Yes, key map file, but there is one more thing. What was that? What was that we need to add? Okay, OS detection, so that's not for us. Yeah, this one. Well, it's not mandatory right now, but definitely in the future it won't go through if we skip it. But I guess I can add it over here. Okay, anything else that we need to add? So hello world, so we have our hello world, we have this also over here, so that's like, because the community modules, they have different versions, and depending on the version, we have different things available to us. Do you multi-stream? Yes, Kurtz, I do. My other stream is on YouTube, and I think the link is, okay, I don't know if there's a description, but on my Twitch channel, there's a YouTube link as well. YouTube seems kind of dead. Okay, introspections. Okay, so this is maybe something that we could extend in the future, because this introspection C and introspection.h, I think we could shift some of the defines there, so we could make the parser spit out 2 different files, or 3 basically. So we could move all the defines to one file, if it makes sense, of course. So I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Is it not the morning for you? No, not quite. It's afternoon, and it's raining. Okay, so introspection, we can skip this stuff for now, at least. Okay, what else? Okay, yeah, so that would make sense. Like all the definitions that we have in the C file, we could break them out into this thing. We can think about it sometime later. At least I would like to have it compile and work. And if we can do that, I was also hoping, because the way QMK is calling different functions, then we can have this process record user and the scanning. I mean, the function that is currently hooked up, I think it's not exposed by the modules, but we can use some other function. And maybe if we do that, we might be able to tap into QMK, like between QMK and the engine, and maybe at some point we'll be able to still get the code for my other community module key and kind of like pass it back to QMK. So something like how to call it, maybe not a return loop, but like pick it up from the stream, put it back a little bit earlier, and this way QMK will process it and it won't send it to the engine. That would be great. No, I'm in Asia, in Singapore to be precise. Okay, this part is interesting for us. So these are different functions or different APIs that we can tap into. So as you can see, we can have something like this. So it will be our module name, append to the name of the API. So we have keyword pre-init and so forth, and then we can do our version of this thing. Oh, this one looks interesting, and this one is the one that we definitely need to use. So instead of using process record user, we're gonna do process record and Buttery engine. And I think this one, housekeeping, is the one that we can substitute for matrix scan user. I think it was the name back there. So this one is also being called every time very fast. So that should be ideal for what we want to achieve, because other stuff is suspend, shut down. Layer state, matrix, and pointing device. At least not for now. Maybe that's not what will be interesting for us for now. Okay, so we have these two things. So I guess if we go back, let's take a look. Process record. Okay, so this is my... Okay, this one didn't work. I think I'm gonna remove that. Over here, let's call it Buttery engine. And this one we're gonna change to housekeeping. That's the name. Housekeeping underscore task and underscore Buttery engine, like this. I think that's what they say over here, that this one is being called frequently. Or at least I saw it somewhere. Okay, housekeeping. Okay, it's not over here, but I'm pretty much sure I saw it somewhere. That they mentioned that this function should be... we should be very careful when using it, because it's being called very often, like as many times as possible. So it's like on par with matrix scanning, all this heavy stuff. So we need to be sure that it's not too heavy, it doesn't take too much time to process. QMK is open source. The engine that I'm working on is open source as well. Everything is actually open source. And my keyboards will also be open sourced once I'm finally finished. But looks like the longer I work on them, the more distant this thing is. Like, I was supposed to finish Cordy in maybe 20 episodes. It's already 120, and I still haven't even started writing the manual how to build it, even though it's actually built and the whole thing is ready. It's technically ready. Just do the manual. Even the key map is not technically done. Maybe a few things need to be changed. So yeah, but I would like to have this done as fast as possible. Oh, I don't know. One day I just woke up and I was in Singapore already. Okay, this is interesting because every API has different versions. There's a KB and user. So this is based on the like level where it's being called. Okay, so that's the hierarchy. So we have for quantum, so here we can't really do much. Then we have community module. So okay, that will be called first. Oh. Makes me wonder if we could have something like maybe some kind of array that would be holding. So in our Buttery engine function where we will be processing, maybe we could save those key codes that are outside. The real key code is outside of the engine, and keep it somewhere. And then maybe the next one, for example, we could hook up this KB or maybe user. Doesn't really matter that much, I guess. And maybe in this one, if there was something saved, maybe we can just parse it. Well, we don't even need an array. We should be good with maybe just one unsigned int 16, because that would be just one key code. It won't be like a chord or any like a combo or anything like that. That one variable should be enough. Okay, that's a good start. Well, I have no idea if there's a ton of other Singapore streamers. I think on Twitch you can check somehow. I was browsing Twitch. I think I saw there was a category like Singapore. Well, I don't know, like every other streamer that I watch usually is dual streaming. So Twitch is not something unusual here, I suppose. Or maybe I am the wrong person to ask about that. Maybe there's something else more popular over here that I am not aware of. Okay, but going back to our engine. So, are we done? At least for this part? Okay, maybe we are, maybe we are not. So let's go back. Okay, over here we have our key map. I hope it's okay to leave it empty. And if this doesn't work, then maybe we should change that to this introspection thing, because it says this stuff is introspection.c and introspection.h. Okay, definitions, the user key map C. Okay, so if we have an issue later on, maybe we can just get away with this. So we can change the name to introspection.c for now. So this stuff will be pasted over here after our initial include. And do we need to... Is there an include? Okay, we have this include over here. Makes me wonder. Okay, maybe for now I'm gonna comment this out since we have it over here. Although I think it's just like include once, so that should work either way. What else do we need over here? We gonna have to include this kind of a file on this one. Okay, let's close this. Okay, we don't need this one. And over here we gonna call it Buttery engine. Okay, so engine is done. At least I think it's done. The key map is also prepared over here. So let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens if we try to compile this thing. Most probably I won't be able to handle all of the errors that will pop out. Where are you based? The US? Okay, Cordy. So this one will be DTCM. I wonder what will happen. Oh, that is not good. That is not good. I was hoping for a clean compilation, and boy was I wrong. There's so many errors. Okay, but looks like there is something with stuff that it needs to be included. Well, you never know what the algorithm will suggest for you. I also got a bunch of suggestions from people that stream when I am asleep, so I guess that's nothing unusual maybe. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it again just to have a clearer view of all the stuff that went wrong. Okay, what has happened here? Okay, battery engine, expected declaration before numeric constant. Okay, this one. It doesn't like this one. And what seems to be the problem? I have it over here as well. Okay, I think I got it. I think I get it. So maybe if I bring back this one. Okay, that is... Okay, so now it makes sense because this file is not included into keymap. So we are not getting all the inclusions from the keymap. So yeah, we have to go back and do it like this. Damn, I really need to brush up my C. I really suck at it. No, I didn't. I didn't watch you live. I saw your VOD. Okay, one more try with the compilation, see what happens now. Okay, it's not that bad. Oh wow. So it's only complaining about my custom keys. Okay, maybe I think it would be easier if I just include my custom keys than trying to remove them by hand from the engine, and I don't want to rebuild the engine right now, or maybe reparse it. Okay, so that's the name. Well, if that's gonna be it, that is good, but at the same time, we don't know if it's gonna work. Although if it compiles, it should work. Assuming we got the proper functions to tap into. Okay, what is the problem right now? There is an error somewhere. Keymap layer can't draw. Ooh. And that is something new. Well, I didn't say I watched the whole thing. Was it really 6 hours? I don't think the one that I saw was 6 hours. I think it was shorter. That is a very unusual error. I haven't seen that yet. What is it complaining about? Key maps undeclared. Okay, so it's missing this thing. Okay, so I think we have to do this trick. So we can't have it in the name butteryengine.c because looks like this is not being included into the keymap file from the QMK. So we have to use those two files that were mentioned, this introspection.c and introspection.h. So I think I'm gonna rename it to introspection.c. And this butteryengine.c file, I don't think we will be needing it for anything because the engine will live now in this introspection.c. Oh, you can't claim open source as your own because if every open source project has a license attached to it, and then if you do something with this, depending on the license, you have to usually credit who created that, and you can't close source it. So if you take QMK, you make changes and you don't publish them, this is considered as a license violation. Of course, those open source projects, they don't really have funds to chase people who do that. And even on QMK side, there is a lot of mentions of different companies that violate the license. They use QMK, but they don't provide the source code, but they can't do much about it. So yeah, that's kind of sad reality. People put so much work into this kind of stuff, and yeah, that's what they get. Yes, this is for my keyboard. I would like to... I've been using this engine for Cordy for a very long time. And now when I want to release Cordy finally, I would like to also make like everything to be up to date and be compatible with the latest QMK. So I couldn't have the source code in the state it was in. So I had to go back and modify the original version, which is at this point 5 years old. Yeah, but once I'm done, I'm gonna push my changes to the main branch of this engine, and then I'm gonna publish Cordy. So that will be one step. No, you don't make money. I mean, as far as I know, those licenses like PMK, I think it's Apache, I think you can make profit out of it, and you don't have to share the profit. It's not a how to call it? Not I mean, you can sell it, right? You can sell your keyboard with QMK on it, but it's considered violation if you make changes to the source code and you don't publish it. So let's say I finish Cordy, I will start selling it, for example, but I don't publish the source code for Cordy. That's a violation. But I can make money out of Cordy, I can publish the source code, and I guess that is fine, and would be even better if I could donate maybe, but I probably won't be making any money out of Cordy because I can't set up a shop here, which is very sad. Okay, let's change this to introspection.c. Okay, upload. Yes, I can set up shop in Singapore. Okay, it's still not quite working. Okay, that is odd because now we have it. Have I made a mistake? Introspection. Let's see. Okay, one more try to upload. Okay, so that's not changing anything. Okay, at this point I'm a little bit confused because I was thinking the error is because that it's not using everything. Yeah, it's my hobby to build keyboards. Okay, so it is complaining that it doesn't have all the stuff. Yeah, so it's missing key maps, but key maps is actually over here. Okay. Let me check quickly if we have proper stuff upload. Yeah, looks like all the sources are properly uploaded to the server. No, I did it myself. I mean, just my own research. Okay, what is the problem with this one? Introspection. I hope we don't have to split this into two different files. I mean, in a way, it might make sense, maybe, because they mentioned that introspection.h is being prepended to the source code, to the source file, and to the key map, right? Yes, to the key map. And .c is append after the user key map. Okay, so probably that's the issue. Probably that is the issue. It's expecting. Okay, it's expecting this over there. Okay, I guess we have to split it. No way around it. Let's make a new file. Not over here. How about here? Let's call it introspection.c.h. Okay. Introspection.h. Maybe I will call it I don't want to remove it right now. I will copy and paste. Yes, I know how to code a little bit, although C, it's been a while since I wrote any C. So you can tell that from the stream probably. Like last time I was struggling with the pointer to a structure member. So yeah, it's easy to tell. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hey, you're not using open source? Everyone is using open source at some point on your PC. Okay, let's move those definitions. Okay, how about this one? Do we need to move this? Okay, maybe for now let's call it like this. Okay, this defines this stuff. Does it not mess up your computer? What will mess up your computer? Open source? Okay, so the definitions are mostly on the other side already in .h. So I guess the stuff that it was complaining about, so the key maps is there. Okay, this one looks like it might belong over here. Let's do it like this. Okay, is there anything else? Okay, all of these, I think it's okay to keep them, to keep those variables in a C file. Is there any define over here? Probably not. Probably that's all. All the rest is just pure functions. Okay, all this stuff. These chords. Well, I think we can leave them over here. Sorry, chords, I don't understand what you mean. Yes, open source is a program that you can download. For example, GIMP is an open source. What else? FreeCAD is open source as well. So you can download, you can use it, but you can also download the source code, you can modify, you can compile it yourself. So you run user computer's command setting. I don't know what you mean. I don't know if you're trolling me right now, or you genuinely asking. Okay, I think that's it. To code, I'm using Visual Studio Code. And this is also, I think it's open source. You can go to Visual Studio Code, you can download different versions. And do they have a GitHub page anywhere? Yes, over here, GitHub, VS Code. So you see, this is the source code for this program. So you can download, you can modify. Okay, so yeah, so that's what it is, and that's what I'm using. Okay, so we have it uploaded, and I lost my window. Oh no, it's here. Okay, one more try. Okay, what's the problem right now? Okay, file not found. Okay, access denied. What is the problem? I think I had it open in File Explorer. Oh yeah, finally it's okay. Your friend is programming? Okay, fingers crossed, and we have errors. Awesome. Okay, so it's having some issues with what? Why is it still complaining about this crap? Team up layer count row. Makes me wonder if they meant that. Okay, so it's useful to the user's keymap.c. So where is it actually attached? To the keymap.c, or is it attached to whatever is in the community module? How about we drop this inside this file? Because it looks like it's complaining about basic QMK things. So maybe if we include it over here, that will cheer him up a little bit. No way. Is it gonna compile? Holy shit. Wow. That's a surprise. I am shocked. No way, it did compile without errors. Okay, but the question is, does it even work? Because maybe there is no functionality. Let's give it a shot. Okay, quick upload. God damn it, Microsoft Windows. And I was this close before the stream. I wanted to install File Manager, so I don't have to bother with this trash. But installing anything shortly before the stream is usually a very bad idea. Okay, so let's give it a try. Let's see if we have any output. No output at all. Great. Or maybe not so great. Okay, so I think we can do it maybe. How about we change this introspection.c? Let's try changing this to the name of the module. Maybe this will work. Yeah, okay. Probably that is the issue, because those functions, they have the module name in them, the two that I wanted to hook up. So probably they're not being called at all. So if my theory is correct, if I change this to ButteryEngine.c, that should work. Should. Okay, it would be even better if it was compiling. Okay, so I'm gonna do it different. Let's turn it around. Let's call it okay, so I'm gonna stay with those introspection files .c and .h, but those two functions that I was thinking about using, how about we move them to the file called Buttery Engine. So maybe this will work. Okay, but that is kind of interesting. Maybe I just gave up too early. What seems to be the problem over here? Maybe there's like a simple, okay, ButteryEngine.c. Do we have a file like this? We don't. Okay, because I changed. Okay, so it's complaining. All right, or maybe I was a little bit too fast. Should have read the message. It's complaining about the lack of QMK things in it. QMK keyboard underscore H, like this. Okay, one more try. How about now? Would it compile? No. Now go. And what seems to be the problem? The number of errors that it spit out is almost equal to hello world in C++ STL. Okay, so it's complaining about this thing. Okay, so I understand now. So, okay, I have to change it because it's missing the other half of the engine because we don't have this introspection.c file anymore. So it will do our introspection.h, then it will include our keymap.c from our from our folder. Like so, this one is empty. So that's this file over here. And then it will try to compile this without including anything, and that's the problem. But at the same time, makes me wonder. CLI. Why am I here? And there are supposed to be community modules over here. So the problem is that if I go back and if I just grab those functions, probably it's gonna complain that it doesn't have some definitions and stuff. So I guess there are two ways maybe to get around this. One way would be to change the name, go back to introspection.c, and also rename those two functions, remove the module name from them, because we can still overload those two functions because they are meant for users. So there will be no module function to be called. And another option would be to maybe move them out from the original file, but then it's gonna probably complain because they are not. So the issue is that all of them need to be in like a keymap.c file, and this part that will be Buttery engine is not part of that. We can't include keymap.c in it, so I don't think we can use it. I think we have to stick to introspection only. I'm afraid so. I don't think I can do like include introspection.h over here. Probably not a good idea. Okay, let's call it introspection.c, and those two functions over here. Let's remove this extra name. Okay, housekeeping task. I think the name was user. Let me double check that. Because process record user, that is correct. And that's the one that we can use. Okay, so that's the description of housekeeping over here. Okay, housekeeping task user. Okay, we can use it like that. Okay, so that's our one function, and over here is the other one, process record user. Okay, let's upload. I think this should compile no problem. Okay, it did. So that is 50% success right now, because it might still not work. Okay, moment of truth. If I press button. Okay, now it works. Okay, so at least we got it working. Okay, makes me wonder, can we do anything about it? I guess I would have to maybe ask somewhere on maybe on QMK Discord channel if it's allowed, for example, to include this introspection.h inside my, if I had one, if I had the Buttery engine .c file, if I can include it over there, because that would help me quite a lot. Because if we do, is there anything over here? Yeah, there are some definitions. Like, technically I would even need to have the C file. I don't think I can do it this way at all. That kind of sucks. Okay, so at least like a partial success. So we have this as a community module right now. It's kind of odd when you have a keymap file completely empty. Yeah, and I guess parser would need to be changed as well a little bit. A good thing for us is that it should be rather easy. Include PMK keyboard, so we have includes all this stuff. Let me compare this one quickly. Okay, so this will be included, key codes, pseudo layers, that goes down, key maps. Key maps, buffers. Okay, all of this stuff, all the way to here. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna focus on this right now. This is mostly cosmetics, I would say, because we just need to move a few things from here and there. And yeah, maybe I will do it off stream. So the problem now is with our community module keys, because if I try to send anything, where is the debug window? I love it when things just... it's here. Yeah, so probably we have still nothing is happening. Left side modifier. Yeah, we are still unable to process this. So going back to our where was that? Oh yes, I think I can close this. I don't think I'll be modifying the engine anymore, at least today. So our community module keys. So we end up over here. What was the hierarchy for calling the functions? Right, over here. Oh well, okay. Maybe it's not all lost to us, because we can have this. We can have this function. And the question is, what kind of stuff are we gonna be getting there? Oh, we can maybe we can take a look. Maybe we can see what kind of a key code is being sent to this function. So we can have process record, user underscore, or no, process record underscore Buttery engine, and then we can take a look what kind of a key code we'll be getting. Probably there will be none. Probably there will be none, but I am yet to find out. Because what is else? We have keyboard revision. So there's a module underscore keyboard, module underscore user. So this is like the last. But we are over here, right? We are on this function. We have process record user. So that's the last one that is getting any kind of data. Yeah, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe we can, if we can get a proper key code before that, that would be maybe even perfect for us. Okay, so we'll have this one included automatically. And what would we like to have over here? What was the definition? I think it was bool, process, record, but it's not gonna be user, but it's gonna be Buttery engine. And then it was 16t, it was key code, and then it was something record, and I forgot. I think it will be safer if I just copy and paste instead of trying to type it myself. That's a recipe for disaster. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's do a print. Probably we need to include... Okay, let's do keyboard.h, so I will have all the stuff. Wait, for what chords? Okay, let's call this one so we know we are in Buttery engine. Like this, let's make a tab over here. I'm fixing what? I'm fixing it too. I mean fixing what? Yes, I am. So fixing it first, then using it. Yes, that is correct. I'm gonna fix it so it's up to date with QMK, with the current version, and then I'm gonna upload to the original repository. Okay, so we are here. Maybe we should get a new line at the beginning, and let's print our key code. So that's gonna be print decimal, and the name is key code, like this. And let's print new line when we are done, like so. Okay, I think I messed up something, and we still have to return, I think we have to return true. So that will mean that whatever we got wasn't processed by us, so that will be passed on further. Also, that might be okay. That might be interesting. Let's do false. Let's pretend that we handle it. Is it still gonna call all the other functions? Let's change this. Okay, let's change this and let's call it that we are over here in my OS hour keys. Yeah, I'm really curious. So maybe if we can do it like this, then we can see like how's the call being processed. So basically it should be module, so we should end up here. Okay, I'm gonna do, okay, let's do it true. So then I will be able to see like the whole process. And over here, introspection.c, let me change that. Okay, let's do it like this, print, and this one will be introspection.c. Let's do it like this. So because we have a bunch of other codes coming our way. Let's see what happens now. Okay, it compiled even without errors. Okay, so we have our debug. So what do we have over here? Yeah, so first one is in Buttery engine. So that's the module over here. So this one gets called first. And we have a proper key code over here. And then we have my keys, so another module. Okay, I think I should use one of my keys. But somehow we are not getting proper key code anymore. Have I changed the key map? No, I have not. So we start with this. Okay, so 32334. Okay, so over here in introspection.c, so we already have proper code. We can change over here. But we won't be able to do that in Buttery engine, are we? Probably not, because this is a completely different source. So I guess I would need to have some kind of a way to pass this to a different... Oh. It's because over here I have no knowledge what is happening in this file. So for example, if I just copy my function, what was it? Port to key code. Where is the definition of this? It's over here. Yeah, I assume if I will copy this one and drop it over here. So not only this one won't compile, but even if it did, it probably won't work. Definitely it's gonna complain about this stuff. Okay, let's see what will happen. Yeah, we have some errors. Yeah, so it's completely unaware of this other thing. So if I would like to have any kind of interaction between these two files, I would need to pass a lot of data somehow, because like all the definitions, everything. Okay, is there a way to find out what would be the code? Because we are getting this code over here, and we should be getting this one. So we have to translate this into this code. But we can do it only, the earliest we can do it is introspection.c. So this is basically where the whole engine is residing. But if we have it over there, we can't change much. Because this is the last one. The last thing that is like getting any kind of a data. I can't do it from my own keys as well. So I have to somehow figure out how can I pass it from here. And the worst part is that this is the last thing that is getting called. So even if I somehow made it to change this key code in Q, that still won't really help me much. Okay, let's take a look. Maybe there's a way. Custom key codes, defining new ones. Okay, there is one more function, because currently we are on this one, so we are using the user version. What makes me wonder if we switch to this one, so we will have one more step. Okay, so that's over here. Let's take a look. Maybe we can do something about it. Maybe not all is lost. Okay, this one stays, this one works okay. I'm gonna change this function. So process record user. Let's change this to keyboard. I think there should be the same definition. Let's do it like this. So that's the keyboard version, and over here I'm gonna drop one more. We don't need these two. this should be enough, and this one should be user. Let's call this user. Right. So maybe we'll be able to swap this key code between underscore keyboard or underscore KB and underscore user. I think that's our only hope, but I still have no idea how I can change that. Okay, what seems to be the problem? Introspection.c, blah blah blah. Process record user. Aha, control reach. Ah, right. Okay, return what? Let's do true. Let's send it back to KMK, although there's not much to send because it's already processed after that. If I am not mistaken. Okay, anyways. One more upload. How about now? Do you like it now? Yes. Okay, where are we? Why is it twice? One more try. One more key. Okay, I assume that could be twice because I have pressed and released. Okay, so that explains why we have two outputs. Okay, so where are we? So that's from the Buttery engine. So we can't do anything about it over here. Our keys also not much. Then we have introspection KB. Okay, so that's something. Right. I think we have made a mistake. Okay, give me a sec, guys. I will be right back. And I'm back. All right, where were we? So the issue is that we are only getting output from this function KB, and we are not getting anything from user. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's return false. No, it should be true. So we are passing it further down the chain. And probably engine took care of it. Okay, no errors. I like it. I like it like that. Okay, how about now? Okay, is there a... Now I do have it properly. Process record user, I have proper name over here. So we are clearly not reaching this point. And why would that be? Well, it should forward this key code, because we are letting it know that we won't be processing over here. So basically the same as it's done right here. And then process record user, this one is not being called at all. That is a little bit worrying. Looking at this, so we should have revision, and then this. Okay, this explains everything. So we have to call it. So this is perfect. This is what I was looking for, because they say if you are doing this at the keyboard revision level, it's important that your underscore KB, so this is what we have over here, implementation call user at the appropriate location, otherwise the key map level function will never be called. Perfect. So that is what I was looking for. So over here, okay, let's do it like this. Yeah, I guess that will make it work. I am very helpful about that. Hopeful. The process leader record user. I think I removed this check already. What was that? Was like this, chord to key code like this. Greater equal PMK. Okay, and I forgot already, that was PMK user something. Yeah, would be nice to know. I guess I will be needing one more window where I could poke into QMK. Do I have it anywhere here? No. Okay, all windows used up. How about this? And that was QMK. Community module. Or maybe it was Something like this. Okay. Let's do it like that. First internal, let's look for this. Okay, not the whole word, but would like to stick to. Not often found? How come? Okay, so maybe some other key code definition. I remember there was a whole file with all those definitions. Or maybe I still have it over here. Ah, yeah, probably. Ah, yes. Good boy, Visual Studio Code. It remembered where we left off. So I still have all of the files that I browsed. Okay, key codes over here. Yes, this one. That was close. QK, community module, and community module max. So if we have it like this, if it's greater or equal QK, just gonna copy like this because I'm gonna mess it up for sure. Okay, so if it's greater or equal, or if, and we have max. So if this goes to key code, is lower or smaller than this, okay, so then we have to so we have to call process record user. We have to drop this, the key code that we actually got from the code. So not this will be not the key code from the keyboard, that will be the actual key code of, for example, our community module code. So that will be, I really hope this will work. We have to drop this, and we have to drop like this. So this one goes first, and I'm gonna copy all of this stuff. I'm gonna drop it over here. Okay, this one stays true, and over here will be true as well. So it's gonna look like this. It makes me wonder so if we hit the key code that is coming from the community module, we're gonna send it over here to process record user, but we're gonna swap the original key code that came with it. So over here we managed to extract the proper key code, that is the one that will be attached to the community module key instead of the keyboard. We're gonna process it over here. Okay, it's all nice and dandy, but would it really know? Because over here, I suppose with this key code, it will be, what's the value? Okay, first and last. Yeah, so we'll be somewhere. Okay, it will be lower, so that will return true. That makes me wonder if we return true from here, is it gonna be processed or not? Since this one is the last one, okay, no way around it than try to upload and check. Do we have everything done correctly? Okay, process record KB. We're gonna call this one. Okay, so the same thing applies if you would like to do this on a community module. But yeah, from the community module, we don't have access to any of the data that the engine is doing. So I guess we have to stick with this. Okay, how many errors this time? We had a clean streak. No more errors. I guess it's my lucky day today. Okay, let's do normal key first. Suddenly keyboard decided not to work. Great. Does that mean we have a Have we made a mistake maybe? So if we are calling it over here, I don't think we have a loop or anything like that. At this point, I don't know if it's a error on my end or the keyboard just decided not to work. What is interesting is that I don't see any debug device, which is not good. Okay, now it says it's listening. Okay, so there's no output from the keyboard. We are not getting any key. So it looks like our swap doesn't work. Yeah, so over here we are in this function. We got the proper code. Okay, put over here. Okay, this one doesn't matter over here. If we take a look, let's get rid of this stuff. We don't have to look for this over here. But inspection user, let's do it like this. Let's say let's see what kind of a key code we will be getting over here. So let's do it and print decimal key code. Maybe I messed up something. Maybe I should get the record. I don't think I have to change any of the arguments over here. Code. Well, I hope it's okay to call it like that. I think this one will evaluate first. And definitely it would be better to just have a variable over here because I'm calling it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And each time it goes through all the chords. Maybe let's change that. I don't like it like that. Let's call it real code. For now it will be 0. Or maybe let's do it like this. Chord to code like so. And instead of having all this crap, we can just drop our variable. Okay, if real key code is greater or equal, so this is within the range, right? That's the bottom, and that's the max where we can get. Okay, real key code, and over here, let's drop it. Like so. Okay, so we send it over here. And we don't... Should we return true or should we return false? Well, basically, it's processed in a way. So maybe let's do it false. Okay, otherwise we do true, so then we should be getting... Okay, but wait, we are not getting any output, right? Like... even though it's a different code. Let's do it like this first. Return true. Okay, and it's up, still no output, but at least we are getting something. So over here, this is before the engine, then over here we got the correct value in both. Okay, but it doesn't understand. Okay, I think I know. I think I'm calling it a little bit wrong on my end, because over here, if we are over... Yeah, we should do it like this. If our key code is the one that is coming from our own module, then we just forward this. And if it's not, then we just have to call it with the key code that we got before. So then every other key code will be processed like per normal, and anything that comes from our own module should be changed and also processed. Okay, I'm really tempted to check if... Okay, so we got the proper key code. 306. Yeah, so at least we have the right key code, but looks like nothing really happens. But could it be... Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna upload this change, so I will have at least the basic keys output. Okay, so now the basic keys are being sent properly. And over here we can see that for standard keys, so we actually managed to get like the actual key code. So basically we could send this directly to the PC. We don't really have to forward these to the engine. Okay, so KB over here, and it would call this one, but with the original. Okay, so that's it. Okay, what will happen now? So nothing's happening if I press. Okay, I think I'm gonna change the definition for my keys over here. Let's go like this. And because this virtual desktop, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Let's change this to something that is a bit simpler. What key codes do we already have? Let's do it M. And then unregister M. And if it's Windows, we're gonna do W. And unregister W. And this one won't be needed. And basically we can do the same. Okay, both gonna be doing the same, maybe. Doesn't really matter. I just would like to see if we can get one, then definitely the other one will be working as well. Alright, let's upload. Oh, that was a fast compile. I didn't even notice. Okay. No response. Perfect. I don't know why sometimes if you upload new firmware, the keyboard will just stop responding. No, there is nothing's happening. Well, maybe I shouldn't be too surprised about that, because the only way we can do something about this key code will be over here. And we only can get any information about which key was pressed if we are here. So how can I pass this data from here back to module for processing? Okay, that is interesting over here. Why is it getting cold one more time with this value? This should be and. They were still getting extra coal. Where is this last one coming from? Because this one, this is the keyboard, right? So that is the correct, this is the correct value. This one's being sent to user. Okay. Because I'm sending it twice. That should be like this. Have I mentioned that I'm a shitty coder? Okay, now it won't be twice. It won't be sent only once. But that doesn't change much because we are still able to process it, because this key is not a key that PC can understand. This one needs to go back. And this might be maybe bad idea, but for example, if we could just drop this e code in some kind of a variable, and then on the next time when we are processing, just pick it up and process from there. But yeah, that still won't really help us much, because that would be still within the engine. And how can I send this one code over here back? That would require me to have some kind of a static value. what would happen if I would call from here? I would go like this. Can I do it like that? Basically, this is all within one source code. Oh no, it's not. Okay, this one is not over here. Well, I could maybe call it as an extern. So this is like getting ugly. For example, if I make a call like this, extern process record underscore not user but Buttery engine. Do I have to? I'm not quite sure if this is proper definition. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do, I am trying to link them together. So if I define this function that sits inside Buttery engine file over here, because that's the one that is able to process no, because okay, wrong again. I would have to call this one. This doesn't make sense because it's from a different module, so that doesn't really help us. I think I have run out of ideas how this can be done. Yeah, actually, even if we had the whole processing done in this Buttery engine, that still wouldn't help us much. Because these are like separate units and our keys are over here. So we would need a way to call this one. And these also have a version that is like underscore keyboard underscore user, but that will be still way too high to our needs, because we only have this data around here and the processing happens here. So I can't find a way how to move this over there. It looks like there is no more API that I can use. Yeah, I can extract the data over here. So this is like the earliest where I can get the real key code. So if I press one of the community module keys like this one, so I can get it over here only. I can't get it here. So the first key is 32320, right? Makes me wonder what is the value of I guess it would be 30656. Makes me wonder if we can, for example, subtract some value from the key code. Because we have the safe range, I think safe range is always gonna be the same. Is it defined here? No. Okay, so safe range is UK user. Okay, so how about we do it like this? So at the level of a module, because we are getting the key code from this safe range, how about we subtract this like 1664 from the safe range? Then I would have to check over here if the key code that is coming in, is it from within safe range? But then probably the name last won't be visible over here. And I think these two, these are not QMK defines. And that is correct. Okay, 1664. Okay, so if we have a key code, and that is greater or equal safe range, this one is defined everywhere because this one is from QMK. And then let's make it key code minus equals 1664. Or basically that would be safe range minus, let's do it like this, minus, is that correct? Okay, 1664. Okay, so safe range minus community module. So if we take the key code and minus it like that, okay, maybe this will work. And then we will try to process it. Yeah, so maybe the issue is not with the engine. Maybe the issue is more with my implementation of community or my community module, because maybe I should consider that someone might have some kind of a wrapper or something like that within safe range, like we have in this engine. Okay, is this enough? I think I'm gonna print this value. What did I mess up? Let's see now. Okay. Okay. I think I'm tired already. This shouldn't be greater than. This should be less than. It should be like this. Okay, less than safe range. Okay, so that should be enough, I suppose. Okay, so no conversion over here. So if I press anything, okay, this is handled by the engine. Okay, so let's change this and let's try. Shit, still nothing. And it didn't even. Okay, of course it didn't because. And the key is within safe range and we just skip that. And now when I think about it, Okay, maybe instead of changing the key code, okay, so we did a conversion over here. Okay, so that doesn't really affect because we are not sending this key code further. So yeah, we can change it to whatever we want. So what is happening? So that's the key in Buttery engine over here. So we are not doing anything interesting over here. And then introspection. Oh no, we should go the keys over here. So that's the next step. Yeah, so over here something is wrong with my math. That's not a surprise. But later on, if we take a look at that's funny because over here there's a proper value. So why is it called one more time? So we are over here, introspection. Okay, so yeah, we are calling it again over here, but that doesn't help at all, so I shouldn't be worried about that. Yeah, but what is good, I suppose, so this code 32335 is the same, so of course it hasn't been changed because this is not a pointer, so it was a copy all the way. So I just messed up this, or maybe my assumption is wrong that I can't subtract like that. And because my first key code let's take a look one more time. What was the value for the minimum community module? This one, 77C0. Okay, so it's 30656. And the user is 7E40. P2320. P0656. Okay, so that is correct. So my key over here, the first one is 30656. And the difference between user, so 7040, and the community module 77 the 0. It's 1664. That is correct. Yes, I got 3, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay, so I think we have to factor in like the difference between the key that we just got. So I think we have to we have to minus the base, so minus the safe range and minus the key code, or like the code from the current key. Something like this. Let's see what happens now. So I have the standard key, that is correct, and no response from my custom keys. Okay, what is happening over here? Okay, so we are still not quite okay. It looks like it added. The safe range is greater. Okay, that is kind of, I mean, not quite sure what's wrong. So this one will be plus. This one will be a plus. Yes, I should add these two and then minus the key code, right? Awesome, see. And there's no output from the keyboard. Sometimes this HID listen needs to be like refreshed. Yeah, like now. Because before it was showing there is no device, but there was. It looks like I messed up everything. It's even worse than it was. It looks like every value converts to the same. Okay, what have we done wrong here? So we have safe range. And we have this community module. Oh wait, no, there's still, Well, basically from here we should get 1664. I definitely need a break. Okay, I think this needs a little bit more thought, because like if you're over safe range, we can't really subtract from every key. I guess I would need to check. Okay, I don't quite get it. So for example, we have one key on the left side is 32334. So minus 32320. So that's the base. 32334 minus 164. Okay, 307. Okay, minus 14. 5, 6. That's 333. Okay, and this one 325. So that is minus 15. Okay, I think I need a break with this. We can come back to that on Friday. And if not that, then I guess we'll have to just clean up the code. At least we got the module running, so the engine is a module right now. I think that is okay. I still would need to take a look at the source code, but I think it should be fine. I mean, we can't really change it. We can't move anything to butteryengine.c. We can't change anything else, so we have to stick to these two files, introspection.c and .h. Yeah, we're gonna change the parser over here to move some of the things so that it will be splitting up. Well, maybe not much the parser, more of the template right here. So we just need to take care of these two things. Maybe split it into two files. That should be easy, probably. Yeah, in the meantime, probably I won't have time, but if I do, I will take a look on this key code thing. Is it possible to convert somehow to get the the value of... probably not. To get the value of the module key. Oh well, anyways. If this doesn't work, then I think we'll have to implement our own key, or maybe a full chord inside the engine to process all of those things. Yeah, I was hoping I can get it like in one file, so then I could just import my module with all those keys and just put them directly into the keymap dev file. So then the parser will parse it and everything will work, but looks like it's not gonna be that easy. But I'm not giving up on it yet. We will come back to this on Friday. And yeah, I guess that's it for today. Took us a while, partial success, but yeah, still some stuff to do. We will take a look at it on Friday. If everything goes well, I will see you then. And by then, have plenty of rest. Thank you very much for watching. If you watched all the way till the end, I really appreciate. And yeah, see you on Friday. Bye bye.